Welcome back, future medicos. Yesterday, KEA or Karnataka Examinations Authority has released a list of candidates with their NEET rank and NEET score. There are few doubts and few queries raised around this list by several candidates. Some of them asked, what is this list? Some of them asked, hey, I already have applied to KEA, but my rank is not appearing in that list. Some candidates have asked, hey, the NEET rank shown is All India rank or state rank. So this video will clarify your doubts. I will explain what this list is, who should be interested, who should not worry about this list. I will discuss. I will also look at this list, which is basically the list for Karnataka. I will compare a similar list released last year, and I will try to compare these two, and I will tell you what could probably the drop in cutoff marks for Karnataka this year for certain categories. Of course, I cannot predict for all the categories, but for certain categories, we will look at what could be the drop in cutoff, which might be useful in your planning for counseling. Come, let's get into the details. Now, this is the list of candidates released by KEA. You could see that the title clearly says the list of candidates who have claimed Karnataka state in their UG NEET application. So anyone who has indicated Karnataka as their state of eligibility in the NEET application, their NEET roll number will appear here. This is not the list of candidates who have applied to KEA. You may be from other state and you might have registered with KEA, but your name will not appear here. So don't worry, this is a completely different list. This is not the list of candidates who have registered with KEA. This is the list of candidates who have appeared in the NEET exam indicating they are from Karnataka. So basically, this is a list of Karnataka candidates. Candidates from Karnataka, other state candidates' roll number will not be here. So that's the point, you have to be clear. What is this NEET rank? Is it All India rank or state rank? This is NEET All India rank. For example, rank 17 indicates NEET All India rank. Their NEET score is 670 marks. Then you might ask, sir, what is the use of this for a Karnataka student? Look at the serial number. The serial number is the state rank. For example, a candidate with 620 marks has a rank of 37, even though their All India rank is 455. So using this, roughly you can estimate what is your position within the state. So that's the advantage of this. So it's quite useful. It will help you in a lot of planning. Take a look at this. Look for your NEET roll number or look for your NEET All India rank and then find what is the serial number that will give you the position within the state. Other state candidates, of course, you do not need to worry about this document. This is not applicable for you. Now, as I said, Karnataka has released a similar list last year. So I started comparing these two lists and there are certain findings which I wanted to show you. So I have taken the list published in 2024 and 2025 and I have compared at every score or at least every score range. I tried to find out how many candidates are there. For example, in 2024, there were 82 candidates with above 700 marks from Karnataka. But in 2025, it's a big zero. Candidates above 650, that means including above 700. This is 650 plus. There were nearly 1,205 candidates. This year, there are only 5 candidates. 600 above, 3,976. Please remember, this is not 600 to 650. This is every candidate above 600. This is a cumulative number. So this year, 2025, there were exactly 100 candidates above 600 marks. So if your score is 600, within Karnataka, your rank is 100. But last year, we had close to about 4,000 candidates. Above 550, last year it was 7,963. This year is only 681 candidates. Above 500, almost there is a difference of about 10,000 candidates compared to last year. Above 450, you could see above 400, above 350, above 300, above 250, above 200, above 150, and anyone above 100. So total number of candidates last year, there were 92,858 candidates in the list. This year, the number itself is slightly lesser. It is only 87,900. So that's almost like 5,000 candidates lesser this year in Karnataka. Now, using the 2024 cutoff and 2025 state rank, I am also trying to see what could be the potential drop in cutoff this year. So what I have taken the 2024 cutoff in terms of state rank. For that, what is the score? And 2025 for this state rank, what is the equivalent marks? For example, if a candidate has got a seat at rank 100 last year, that score could be like 600 last year. But this year, what is the score? It could be 500. So let's try to compare what is the equivalent mark for the state rank. So the first category I looked at is general merit. Of course, for the general merit, I have taken all the colleges, including the private colleges. So I have not considered only government colleges, only private colleges. No, wherever the general merit seats are available, the government seats are available, I have taken all of them. Yes, some of them could be of higher fees like 1.5 lakhs or 6 lakhs. But I did not want to differentiate because that will make the analysis difficult, or that would make the data lesser. So I wanted to take all the seats. Yes, this may not be a perfect one, but roughly you will get an idea from here. For example, general merit, last year, the last candidate to get a seat under general merit had a state rank of 4,075, which is almost equal to 598 marks last year. But if you take a state rank of 4,075 and look at the list this year, the equivalent mark is only 484. So if we assume the state rank remains the same compared to last year, which will be more or less, I'm not saying it will be 4,075 exactly, but it could be more or less there. So if we assume that, then the drop could be around 114 marks. Okay, so the cutoff could drop by 114 marks for general merit category. Now I also looked at few more categories. Category 1G, last year closing rank was 5,078. So if you compare the marks 585 versus 473, the drop is roughly around 112 marks. I also looked at 2AG. Once again, the drop is about 111 marks. 2BG, the drop is about 112. 3AG, the drop is about 113 marks. 3BG, the drop is about 114 marks. As you could see, almost every category, the drop is somewhere between 110 to 115 marks. That seems to be the range, probably the drop of cutoff this year in Karnataka. I'm not saying this will be the cutoff, but most likely we will be there. Of course, this could fluctuate, but roughly you could expect the cutoff to drop somewhere between 110 to 115 marks across the categories. I also looked at the general merit private for the private colleges alone. Here I have excluded the private universities and looked only at the GMP seats, that is general merit private, which is applicable only for Karnataka students. And I looked at only the private colleges where the fee is lower. Last year it was around 12 lakhs. If you look at this category, the difference in terms of like state rank, it is 8,672 last year. Mark wise it's 541 and the equivalent mark this year is 438. So this category, when you come to GMP, the drop is only around 103 marks. And when I go to general merit private and private universities, the GMP seats in private universities, the last year closing rank was 33,571. The mark was for 333 and the equivalent marks was 275. The drop here is only around 58 marks because as you go lower and lower, the gap between last year performance and this year performance closes. The gap is very high at the top, and as you go below, the gap slowly becomes lesser and lesser. So you could see that most of the categories we are talking about, the drop is somewhere between 100 to 115 marks. So that could be something you can expect. Once again, I'm not saying this will be the cutoff. This is a predicted, expected cutoff. Use this just for planning purposes so that you can plan whether you should stick to Karnataka, whether you should apply to deemed universities, whether you should apply to other states is something, a decision you have to take. So this you can use it as a reference point for you to decide. Of course, Whatever I have shown is only applicable for Karnataka students. Other state students, here we cannot see because we don't have a list for other state students. And even within Karnataka students, I have not taken all the categories, all the reservation categories. I have taken a few reservation categories just to see the trend. But looking at most of these categories, the range is that. So probably if you are from a specific category, you can also do your analysis for your specific category and see what is the difference. If you see any major discrepancy for your particular category, please leave your query in the comments below. Let me also check and then see if there are any huge discrepancies for particular categories. Thank you. Bye-bye.